Welcome to my video street tour of Converse, Texas. I'm Krishna Perkins, a realtor here in Northeast San Antonio. Thank you for your time today. Today I'm going to give you a brief overview of Converse, Texas and how it differs from a few of the other San Antonio suburbs I've covered in the past. Let's get started. Okay, everybody, we are headed into Converse. Right now we are coming down the road, which is called Walsham Road, and it is located to the west of Converse. And I just happen to be on this side of town here, so this is the way we're coming into Converse. Dead ahead is Highway 78. This is Old Highway 78 or Seguin Road. Now, if you stay on FM 78, you're going to hit Randolph Air Force Base, Schertz, Cibolo, Marion, and Lake McQueeney, and then, of course, you're going to run into Seguin. And it's about 24 miles from Converse, and FM 78 is about 30 miles total long. Okay, we are almost into Converse. You'll know that we're there by the landmark of the Walmart on our left-hand side. That'll be here in a few minutes. But before we get there, just our first little tidbit of information for you history buffs, in case you're interested. Converse, Texas is named after Major James Converse. He's a chief engineer of the Southern Pacific Railroad. Major Converse bought a tract of land and a township in 1877 here, and later on a post office was then established in 1878, and that is how Converse, Texas got its name and was started. Okay, now getting back to Highway 78 and what it has to offer. As you can see, there are numerous restaurants along this stretch of 78. Most of the restaurants are going to be in this area. You have Mike's Taco House, Dos Jaliscos, Salsa's Cafe, China Express, Rudy's Tex-Mex, Chili's Bar and Grill, Wendy's Fast Food, Taco Bell. So the possibilities for dining experiences are endless on this stretch of highway. And we have just passed Walmart, so we are officially in Converse and coming up on one of the major intersections of Crestway and Highway 78. Okay, folks, we just fast forwarded to the other end of town, and as you can see here from the map, we have a host of a whole lot more restaurants. Basie's Restaurant, Mr. Gatti's, Burger King, just to name a few. To our left, we have a lot of our city buildings, the fire department. We'll get a closer look at those buildings in a little bit. On our right, you can make out some batting cages. That is Judson High School. Again, we'll get a closer look at that one when we circle back in a minute. The Converse City Park at the bottom of the map on the left-hand side. We also have some footage of that, and we'll take a little look at that as well. But right now, we are well on our way out of Converse, and we're still in Converse now, but we are on our way out of Converse and headed to Randolph Air Force Base. And now through the miracle of TV magic, we're headed back into Converse. Okay, we are nearly back to the Judson High School there on our left-hand side, and we're going to take a moment just to acknowledge how Judson High School got its name. Judson High School is named after Moses Campbell Judson, who was an influential figure in the history of education in the area. Moses Campbell Judson was born in 1828 in St. Mary's County, Maryland. And in 1848, he moved to Texas and settled in the Bexar County region, where he became deeply involved in the field of education as a teacher, a principal, and superintendent of schools in San Antonio and the surrounding area. Judson played a pivotal role in the development and expansion of public education in Bexar County. And now, for those of you wondering how the Judson Rockets received their name, it goes back to some historical data for the city of Converse. The city of Converse, Texas, in 1950s, the Air Force established a rocket testing site at what is now known as the Converse Flight Test Facility, located just outside the city. The Converse Flight Test Facility was used to test rocket engines and propulsion systems for a variety of military applications, including intercontinental ballistic missiles and space launch vehicles. The facility was operated by the Air Force Rocket Propulsion Laboratory, which later became the Phillips Laboratory. One of the most significant projects to come out of the Converse Flight Test Facility was the Titan missile program, which developed a series of powerful intercontinental ballistic missiles that were used to deter potential nuclear attacks during the Cold War. The Titan program was a major technological achievement and helped establish the U.S. as a world leader in rocket technology. This little neighborhood that we just entered is called Randolph Valley, and it was established in the late 1960s. Predominantly, you're going to see single-story homes in here, and maybe the newest homes I saw in here were from the late 1970s, but mostly single-story homes. Again, started in 1968, 1969 timeframe up to 1977. All right, we're basically on the downtown stretch. This is South Seguin Road, or 1516, and on our left we're going to have the Converse Public Library. It's not on this map, but it will be coming up first. And then on the right-hand side, we've got the Converse City Hall. Directly across from the City Hall is going to be the Seniors Center. And then, of course, you can see all the way to the left is the Converse City Park, which we have some footage of. Here's a shot around at the Converse Public Library. Okay, we're standing in front of the Converse Senior Center. Got voting day here, And across the street, of course, we have the Converse City Hall building there. All right, y'all, we have just turned onto Topperwein Road, and this road will take you all the way through Live Oak, and eventually you'll hit San Antonio on the northeast side there. And most of these homes, rather many of these homes on the left and the right are not even in defined subdivisions, but the one that we're going to turn into here shortly before we check out Converse North Park is Meadow Ridge, and these homes were started in about 1986 and finished somewhere around the late 90s. Now there have been a few newer sections that have opened up over the years, as early as 2008 and 2015. But we're probably not going to see any of the newer homes in this subdivision. Now, Converse does have a lot of newer subdivisions, developments, some that are further north here on Topperwein, and others are going to be further south out towards I-10 and 1604. So keep in mind, a lot of these older subdivisions we just happen to preview in this video. So we will preview some more subdivisions that are actually quite brand new and a lot nicer, but these are some of the options that folks have when they're looking at Converse. Wide selection. I think this really defines the difference, the biggest difference in Converse versus, say, Live Oak or a Windcrest, is that there is a huge variety of homes, different ages, different price points, and just a lot more selection. The market is just growing in Converse. So it is a, if we were to compare it to something, I would say it is a growth stock versus, something that's already established. It's still establishing itself as a community, even though it has quite a bit of history to it already. It's continuing to grow. Okay, we are about to enter Converse North Park, and as you can see from the map here, where the red pin is at the top, Converse North Park and Converse City Park are both connected via a trail. Um, but Converse North Park, it has does have a fishing lake there. It has volleyball court, basketball court. I believe there's a pavilion here. I do a little drive through of this park here only, but we will get out of the car in Converse City Park to have another look around. I just was running short on time this day when we went to Converse North Park, but you can get a general idea of what there is to offer there at Converse North Park here with this drive through. All right, folks, we are in Converse City Park now. What we're going to do first is we're going to just take a drive around just to show you some of the park grounds. Right now, we're heading north. If we were to keep going, we're going to go up to one of the lakes. There's two lakes, one in Converse Park North, and then one here in Converse City Park. Unfortunately, the footage for Converse City Park, I don't have it, so you'll notice that we're going to come right back down this drive without having any footage of the lake. Sorry about that. But as you can see, they've got a couple of football fields here. They got several baseball fields, which we'll see in a minute. Several parks, playground equipment. There's some exercise equipment coming up here on our left. Looks like adult exercise equipment. And they have more exercise equipment along some of the walking trails, which you'll see here in the park as we continue the tour. So enjoy. Okay, here we are. We are below the baseball fields that we saw earlier. This is where most of the facilities are. You have the covered pavilion there. You have a little land bridge, another parking lot down below, all the playground equipment. You'll notice there's more playground equipment and exercise equipment throughout along these walking trails here. So just really a lot of activities to be done out in the Converse City Park. It's right in town and accessible to everyone. Thank you for joining me on this tour through Converse, Texas. If you found any of the information useful, please let me know about it in the comments. Be sure to check out the other neighboring suburb tours here in Northeast San Antonio. And finally, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.